What's up guys, Valence Ring here, and I'm bringing you the second video on these May updates. So in this video I'm specifically going to be covering the Deep Healing Infirmary. Now this was added just today, and of course some of the information, as always, isn't 100% there, so some of this might be guesswork, but always feel free to put down in the comments section below if you notice any mistakes I make or any corrections that I need to make to my content. I and my community of YouTube watchers and subscribers definitely appreciate it. Of course, you can also join me on my Discord to talk or Discord even more on puzzles and survival. I appreciate all your guys' support. Thanks so much for watching and everything else. So let's dive right into this. With the new update, we got the Deep Healing Infirmary. Let me collect some stuff. So what is the Deep Healing Infirmary? So let's go into the infirmary, or it's called the Deep Healing Center, excuse me, and we can go check it out. So you'll see right here there are nano potions. I have 0 of 0. And I have an infirmary number. This is how many units can actually go into the Deep Healing Center. What's funny is, of course, if you notice, the infirmary has the same number. So essentially, the Deep Healing Center acts like a double up on your infirmary capacity. And it's actually technically a little better than that, because you also have your Alliance Infirmary. So for those that aren't too familiar with the infirmary, you really want a big number here, at least over quite a bit over, if possible, your March cap. And the reason for that is let's say you sent out a March and got zeroed, which probably doesn't happen too often, but if it does, then all of those units are going to be sent to the infirmary, or some are going to be killed. But you want as many in the infirmary as possible. Normally, once you hit your infirmary cap, anything over that is an automatic death to your troops, so you don't want that to happen. Now, some troops die in battle automatically, and there's nothing we can do about that, but the ones that can be saved through miraculous survival, or that are just considered wounded, will go into your infirmary, as long as you have the space for it. So it is my firm belief that they created the Deep Healing Center because they realized that at this point in development, players are now starting to have an excess number of troops that there isn't much they can do with if they're wounded, killed/wounded. So they realized that in their development, they didn't quite make enough of a cap on the infirmary, because honestly, you can only have 10 of these. And as you can see, I actually have, I think, 8 or 9 right now. Most of them are level almost maxed out to my headquarters level of 31, and I only have 400,000 that I can put in the infirmary, even though I have almost 1.8 million troops. Okay, so that's a lot of troops. What happens if one of these huge might players during Wasteland War hits me while I'm not paying attention and zeroes me? Or if I send out multiple marches and don't have time to heal, what happens? Well, the excess are going to die, and we don't want that. So the first thing that happens is, obviously, your infirmary level is going to determine how many troops you can take wounded. So I'll be able to take in 407,000 ballpark troops that are wounded without losing them permanently, which is a huge benefit. Now, if I happen to go over that amount, let's say 2 of my marches are zeroed, I'm going to be over that amount, then it's going to go into the Alliance Infirmary. Your troops will go into the Alliance Infirmary, anything that exceeds your personal infirmary cap, and then you'll have to use Alliance coins to get them out of here. Now, you should definitely save Alliance coins and have as many on hand for this as possible, especially if you are war-based heavy. However, there is a cap on the Alliance Infirmary. There's only so many troops that can be put in here, and then anything that exceeds your infirmary cap and the Alliance Infirmary cap would normally die. But what they did was, and instead of that, they added the Deep Healing Center. So the Deep Healing Center doesn't activate. You don't actually put troops into here until your personal infirmary cap is reached, the Alliance Infirmary cap is reached, and then you have excess units needed to be healed. This is where they're going to go. Now, you can read the little description here, but it basically says the same thing I just said. If it can't be healed by your infirmary or the Alliance Infirmary, they're going to be sent here, and it has the same cap as the infirmary. So this doubles up your infirmary, basically. Then, when the cap is exceeded, units left will die directly. So when the infirmary is removed, the Deep Healing Center will also be deconstructed as well. So it doesn't mean that you lose it completely, but if you demolish one infirmary, then all the units for that infirmary, you also lose the same amount of units for your Deep Healing Center. So this is directly tied to your infirmary level. Another good reason to have, especially later in game, you want as probably 10 infirmaries is recommended for later in game. If you're not very war heavy and you're early on in game, I don't recommend having 10 to start, but at some point you are eventually going to need 10 infirmaries. Make sure you have plenty of resource spots before then. But that being said, so once you're up there and you have a bunch, this is where it's going to go. But how do you heal them? The Alliance Infirmary, like I said, you're going to use Alliance coins, which are these things here, which you get for completing daily quests, doing daily donations, and certain quests and special events will also drop Alliance coins, including Alliance trials. So a lot of events related to the Alliance will give you bonus coins that will go in here. As you can see, I have 437,000, and that I don't even consider to be a lot. But if you're saving those coins up and you get into the Alliance Infirmary, that's what you need to get out of the Alliance Infirmary. So now there's a new resource that you're going to have to use to get them out of your troops out of the Deep Healing Center, and that is nano potions. As you can see, I have 0 of 0, and that is because I don't have any need for them, so it doesn't let you stockpile them, which is, you know, probably smart on their part. It's designed to slow people down from just killing off a bunch of troops or being super war heavy. Now, I will say, you can use nano potions, which fill up over time, or you can use diamonds. And this, of course, is probably not going to be cheap, but you can use diamonds as well to get them out of here, which I think is actually a good thing. So I don't think Alliance Infirmary, I think the only thing you can use is Alliance coins and not diamonds. So as you can see, this is a little bit better description. It says it has the same cap as Infirmary, and you can use the nano potions or the diamonds to heal the wounded instantly. It also restores nano potions over time, or they can be replenished instantly. And then, of course, the higher the headquarters level, the higher the restoration speed. So your headquarters level is going to help determine how fast these potions refill so that you can get your troops out. And then, now this is kind of odd to me, but it says the fewer the wounded units in Infirmary, the higher the restoration speed. So obviously, if you don't have, you know, a lot of casualties, it's not full, then it's gonna be a little bit faster to get them out. So whatever, that's cool. It's an interesting thing that they did. But upon obtaining daily points, nano potions will increase instantly. So if you do have a bunch and you're going to have a lot of time, at least doing your dailies is going to allow you to increase your nano potions to get your troops out faster. So hopefully it doesn't take you a week instead of maybe a couple days. And then it says the restoration speed will be recalculated periodically. Really what that means is they're not sure how well this is going to work and what it's going to look like until it happens. So when people start actually using this, they'll be able to evaluate the balance of it and change it over time based upon the needs of the game and what is fair. Now, you may or may not agree with that statement, but believe it or not, game devs want a balanced game because it promotes gameplay. So, that being said, this is the Deep Healing Infirmary. The big takeaways that I want you to take away from this is it's double your normal infirmary. It takes a special resource called nano potions, which refills over time to get those units out of the Deep Healing Center. And completing daily quests will give you nano potions as well as a higher headquarters level, and fewer casualties will increase that count. That being said, your Infirmary and Alliance Infirmary have to be full before any units will go into the Deep Healing Center. So, That's everything, guys. I definitely hope that helped. Give the video a big thumbs up if it did. Subscribe to my channel if you want to keep seeing videos like this, of course. And as always, guys, thanks so much for watching.